The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party.
Thank you. My question is for the Premier. This morning, the Supreme Court of Canada has firmly rejected the province's attempt to overturn the landmark decision of the Nova Scotia Court of Appeal, a decision which had found the province discriminated against people with disabilities. The Supreme Court has refused the provincial government leave to appeal, and it has underlined the matter by awarding costs against the government of the province. Mr. Speaker, after 8 years of the government's legal wrangling about this issue, will the Premier now stop fighting people with disabilities in court and sit down with the Disability Rights Coalition and come to a solution?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the member is right that this morning the Supreme Court did not grant leave for the appeal, and we certainly respect that and thank the Supreme Court for their work on this. The member knows this has never been about people with disabilities. This government supports people with disabilities. There's significant investments in the budget to get moving forward on solving the issues that are there. That's always been the situation. I hope the member supports the budget and those incredible initiatives in there. But what I would say to the member in direct response is, we, of course, the department, the government, myself, anyone will work with the Board of Inquiry to move forward and find out the next steps in the process. But this has never been, as the member was, sometimes other people have tried to characterize. It's never been about holding back people with disabilities. Not for 1 second, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party.
Nevertheless, Mr. Speaker, it continues to be the case that the province's lawyers are currently arguing before a resumed Nova Scotia Human Rights Board of Inquiry proceeding, and their argument there is in order to try to justify the government's systemic discrimination against persons with disabilities. So in the light of today's decision, will the Premier now direct a halt to the province's legal effort to justify systemic discrimination at the Board of Inquiry level? And, to use the Premier's own words, will he work with the community to make sure that the supports are in place?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As a matter of fact, we've never stopped working with the community. We will continue to work with the community. That's always been our objective. And Mr. Speaker, look, there are concerns around the broad ramifications of these types of court decisions that, as a government, we need to consider. But, Mr. Speaker, we for 1 second did not stop working with that community. Of course, we will continue to work with the community.